Namaste, beautiful souls. Welcome to another 365 days of healing. Today we are investigating how we can rise above our programming. Programming is something that's done immediately from the day that we are born by our parents, by our grandparents, by our siblings, by our culture, by the country that we're born to, friends, colleagues, media as we age. It's all coming at us in so many different ways, and it's belief systems that are fed to us via an external gateway. If you break down the word belief, it's lie with an F. So there are lies within beliefs. Knowing is what we want. Knowing is when it comes from the inner state, the inner knowing. We can be likened to a quantum computer. Microcosmically, we are the quantum computer, but there's also a macrocosm quantum computer, and that's the artificial quantum computer that I'm referring to. Now, of course, there is the godlike quantum computer, but that is a computer that has true sacred geometry. There's no distortion to that computer. So we have fractalized from that God quantum computer, and we have become divided parts, if you like, from undivided to divided, from the singularity into this fractalized dimension. We could say that we are fragments of the computer system, and then we are defragging, we're coming back into singularity. So there's nothing wrong with using technological terms to have an understanding of what's actually going on here for us. Now, if we're plugged into the God quantum computer, then we come from our own knowing of what is truth for us, because there simply cannot be the same truth moment to moment for each individual. It will be based on your personal resonance, your personal vibration, your personal soul lessons, the state of your awareness at that time, whether you're an asleep soul or an awake soul. So it's going to depend on what you need to do to move further along the continuum of consciousness. God will always present something to you that's going to move you closer into a state of grace. So if you are attuned to that, you will know that whatever feels peaceful, whatever feels blissful, whatever comes from a space of love, whatever feels like it's compassionate, kind, forgiving, these are the kind of vibrations that we're wanting to move towards. So if there's been programming within you that's making you feel jilted, that's making you feel disconnected, that's making you feel that you're not worthy, that's making you feel like there's something wrong with you, then you know it's the belief. It's not knowing, it's belief. It's external programming. So look around you just right now. Who is programming you? How are these programs being fed into you? Now, an interesting one might be simply that the programming is, as we age, we lose our eyesight and our hearing. Is that the truth? People say, well, of course that's the truth. Yeah, that's what happens, because that's just the natural order of things as you age. But I'm going to ask you, is it? Is it indeed the natural order? It could be. If that's your direct knowing, then great. But let's just use that as an example, because what if when you were a little boy or girl, you were told by everyone around you that as you age, as you spend more time on the planet, you become more radiant and more flexible and all of your senses enhance and increase. Now, what if that had been your programming and you believed that no matter what? Do you think you would create that reality? So this is where we have to, be very discerning, because the truth is, if you're a quantum computer and you can be programmed with any program at all, and that's what creates your reality, then what you truly know deep in your core, so we say from belief to core belief to knowing, what you know deep in your core becomes your reality. So I want you to take out a pen and paper now, and I want you to write down 5 belief systems or programs that have been fed to you externally. Don't overthink this. Just go with what intuitively comes through, and you can do this exercise another day as well. But if you're intuitive with it, it'll be what you need to address right here today in this now moment, because there'll be something lingering in you that's a program that's not yours, that's not serving your highest good and that's not leading you in that direction of bliss. So write down 5 belief systems or programs that have been fed to you. Be intuitive, see what comes through. And then you're going to write down the antidote. So what is the antidote to those 5 programs that you've written down? What is the opposite, we might say? Or what is the overriding program? What is the data that you can now feed in to your quantum computer to upgrade that program? What would you like to program yourself with? If the program comes from yourself, there's only goodness to it, because again, it's knowing, it's what's aligned to highest truth. You may choose to adopt programs outside of yourself because it also aligns to your higher truth. But if there's a program being fed, for instance, where we are right now in 2021, so much programming that's coming in from so-called health experts, from the government, telling us that we should be in a state of fear, there's a deadly virus that's going to take us out, that we must inject ourselves. Now, if that aligns with your highest truth, with your knowing, then wonderful. However, if there's a resistance in you, if you know that it's simply a fear-mongering program that keeps you locked down and keeps you in a state of non-godliness, let's call it, then how is that serving really the highest aspects of consciousness? Is it maybe serving an elite group of people that are running the world and the program they choose to feed to us to keep us in certain neural loops in order to siphon off our energy, siphon off our wealth, siphon off the parts of us that are going to keep their systems in place and alive? So things to consider. But I'll leave you now to finish off the 5 programs, just whatever intuitively comes through that you have adopted from outside of yourself. And then the 5 antidotes, the 5 upgrades of that program that you can now write for yourself. And then make sure that you look at that antidote list every single day so that you're reprogramming yourself. You're reprogramming to align with just what it is that you would like to experience. Because if you're a computer, and you are, you can have any program running that is going to serve you and give you the greatest sense of joy, love, peace, and beauty here on our beautiful earth. That's what you've come for. So go on and shine like a crazy diamond. Beautiful souls. Namaste.